Hi everyone, welcome to another Sunday Speaks. I, as always, am Cheyenne Severin, and today I'm here with
Maria Salvatore.
and Maria. We were just talking to Nancy for a minute before this, and you had confirmed that you were coming to Recovery Day on September 9th. Is that right?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I will be there.
Oh gosh. I actually didn't go last year. I don't know if you were able to make it, but I've heard it was a lot of fun.
I don't think I went to Recovery Day last year, but I mean, all of these events are amazing. And this year it's September 9th, correct?
Yeah, from 10 to 4. Mm.
Yeah. So that's 3 days before, 3 days after, God willing, my 10-year anniversary date of sobriety. So I'll be really excited to be there and stay on this road and continue this journey on recovery. Yeah, I'll have 10 years, God willing, September 6th. So that'll be a great day. I'm really excited.
Well, congratulations. Before we get into a little more about you, if anyone's interested in Recovery Day, more information can be found both in our Facebook banner right above us, or on our website at alumnirecovery.org. But today I want to focus on you, Maria. So, leading up to Recovery Day, we're focusing a lot on wholeness and wellness and mental health. And you are a big believer in yoga. Do you just want to tell me a little bit about what you do with that, or?
Yeah, sure. So yes, I think that yoga, meditation, a spiritual connection is really important to maintain sobriety and to help you, yeah, like you said, wholeness and wellness. And I think I was called to that. I was actually called to yoga meditation before I got sober, and I think part of the ways that helped me find recovery was the self-awareness of just how sick I was. And that through the yoga practice and through meditation, you can really just really get a peek at what's really happening within you. And it's such a gift. It's like my sobriety is such a gift. It's so fragile. I'm realizing that the further I get away from my last drink, then the more me realizing how fragile, the easier it is to kind of forget what it was like. And yoga, just really is a tool for self-awareness where I can know like, hey, I'm off. Like this weekend, I'm off. I'm off. I know I am. I physically feel a little off. I can feel the anxiety. I'm somebody who runs high in anxiety, and yoga is a tool that helps self-regulate. So the meditation is a way to kind of clear your mind or even take a peek into the insanity of our mind. And so I'm very passionate about what I do, and I'm very passionate. First, it was a self practice for myself, and now it's something that I offer and guide and hold space for other people to join in on.
So, how did you first find yoga then?
I was 19 years old, battling and just getting started in alcoholism and drug addiction, and really broken and not realizing just, I knew, I think I had a lot of anxiety, even just growing up, that I didn't know was anxiety. It wasn't really diagnosed, and highly sensitive, and, just a lot of energy. And so I got called to yoga I share this story a lot. It was a Madonna interview with Rosie O'Donnell. She was on the Rosie O'Donnell show, and really for the physicality. I wanted my body to look like Madonna. And then I had gone to a Madonna concert. She was in a back bend singing. And so it was the physical that drew me in first. And then I started in hot yoga. Then it was for the detox because I was so toxic with what I was ingesting. And then they would share the philosophies, on this interconnectedness. They would connect us with spiritual realms. And, what they really introduced most was a self-love. What we do in yoga is the self-love, the wholeness. And wholeness to me is honoring the shadow and the light. Not just the light, not just feeling good, which I'm addicted to. I want to feel good. I think we can get caught up in that. but also, our shadow side, and learning to manage um, discomfort. So, and the meditation is huge. And so 30 years later, 30 years later, I still practice and started this journey in recovery. And I think for alcoholism and drug addiction, I'll tell you this summer, lots of graduation parties, lots of parties, people drink and party and have fun. They look so fun. It looks so fun some days. And really what it was for me was a way to connect because I had a lot of social anxiety and a way to like kind of let loose and get rid of my rigidness. And the yoga practice can help with that. But I'll tell you the other side of that, I would never, I don't ever want to see again because the next day the anxiety was worse. The sick and suffering was worse. The shame, it just took me down a path that I'm just not interested in. There's so many, now I go to concerts, I watch, I'm able to really be present for people in a way that I could never be when I was drinking. And yoga has helped me with that, with the presence and awareness. And that's why I love it. That's why I share modalities for people. And it's a big piece of my recovery.
So now you do yoga, you practice it, and you teach it for a living, is that right?
Full time. I'm a full time yoga teacher, meditation teacher. I do a lot of work with energy and intuition. And I offer retreats, 2 retreats a year, one in Sedona where we do really deep spiritual work. It's a transformative retreat in Sedona, Arizona, amazing practitioners. And Nancy, who's the founder of this organization. I know she was just out in Arizona with another teacher. Very healing out there. Just get people in the mountains. And then I also offer a retreat in the winter here upstate New York. I'm in New Jersey. For people to just really tap into their potential and their purpose. And I do believe that you need to be clear to do all that. Well, it's helpful to be clear and not muddied by chemicals. It helps. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Something that hasn't come up previous to this is the concept of a yoga retreat. So what is that like, if you wouldn't mind?
Yeah, I'd love to share that. Usually the weekend kicks off with sound healing, sound bowls, sound vibration. It literally can raise your vibration and instill a sense of serenity and peace. And then we go through where we get out on the land, we go into the vortexes, we do exercises out there, we do yoga, we practice yoga every day. The practice of yoga, just the shapes themselves, which is an ancient modality. We're geared. It's like I'm always amazed at how like they knew years ago where I hold stress when I'm stressed out, where I would reach for a substance to give me that sense of peace. We can do it through movement. And biochemical, you shift your biochemicals. There's, a lot of, there's so much to it. And we don't have a lot of time. I'd love to get into the science of it too, but we release tension in your body because the body holds the score. There's tons of books. There's tons of science on it, on how, the neurotransmitters, dopamine and cortisol. And so it manages those in your physical body, which can get tripped up when we use substances. And so we'll do yoga. We'll do just different exercises to connect. We keep our retreats very small, on the smaller side. I don't take like 40 or 20 or 40 people out, so that we keep it as a very safe container so that people feel very safe. And then we eat really good food. We nourish ourselves because that's a big piece. Diet was a big piece in my wellness. Nutrition. We have usually a holistic chef. They're feeding us really good foods and getting really clear. And we have fun because I think that's key, just to enjoy life. Life is meant to be enjoyed and it goes quick. And just different tools to help people learn how to manage, and self-regulate their nervous system.
What's your favorite part about doing this full time, this line of work?
Seeing the transformation in people, the yogis, the students, You know, when people come after, like, I feel so much better. I feel different. Or sometimes when they come out of class, and I teach at different studios throughout Bergen County, New Jersey, when they're really, I struggled, you know, I struggled with it when they're really self-connected. And it is a practice as a tool for empowerment. You know, we elevate ourselves through the shapes. Warrior One, they're named after deities and animals and nature to remind us that there's life way beyond our humanness. And I think for the retreat, my favorite part is the connection within the practice, which within the people who attend, the attendees. What's the word? I'm blanking. the the people the group who's the community who signs up at the end, the way they hold space for each other, the way they connect and support each other. And yoga is a practice of interconnectedness. It's really easy to live in judgment or separate and I think the world's kind of divided, you know, very divisive. And so I think my favorite part, you know, for me, a big part of recovery is, you know, I as a person have a certain amount of power, but we and my community and my friends who I lean on tremendously, I have angels that are like God and drag in my life supporting me through this journey. I could never do it without a community to support me. And, you know, we as a collective is a powerful force to be reckoned with. And so a big part of yoga is to create a community and create a space. Well, the last one we just did in April, the group of women, oh my gosh. And I had lost my voice. Talk about it completely. And the retreat just went so beautifully in spite of all that. I think all this work is divinely guided, for sure.
So spirituality is that a big thing for you too? Or does it go like hand in hand with the yoga?
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, spirituality is a huge, and it's such a personal, like I could sit here and go on and on about, you know, my personal spiritual connection, which feels very, very strong most days. I just get blocked because I'm human and fear takes over, you know? So, you know, we give people tools to help enhance their spirituality. It's such a personal practice, spirituality. And I do believe there is no chemical solution to a spiritual malady, which it goes hand in hand with drug addiction for me.
So,
and alcoholism.
How did
alcoholism too?
So you found your way into that, the substance misuse disorder, through that kind of discontent, like within yourself, like that blockage.
Yeah, there's like this. I really believe from the gate, I had I just had this like hopeless, irritable discontent. That part of it was mental illness, like biochemical, like just a chemical imbalance, just a matter of dopamine, serotonin levels. Like I realize now, like I'm just chemically imbalanced. It's not a bad thing. We have to take the stigma out of that for sure. And when I started to abuse substance use disorder, it actually messed with my chemicals in my brain, which for me at the other side, the next day when I was hungover, you know, it was like, couldn't get out of bed. And sobriety, sometimes that can happen too. And yoga is a way, breath work, breath of fire. I can actually, which is like, breath work is key. It connects me to source and it connects me to my life force. And it actually, I feel better. Exercise is huge. Yoga is an exercise. Exercise is a big tool for me. Connection with friends, my sober community, and not just my sober community. I have a lot of friends that are just supportive of me, you know, that, so there's so many ways. Meditation. I was somebody who could never meditate. I just sit there and ruminate on stuff that really, I'd waste a whole day. I might as well go take a nap, you know, on stuff that was silly and out of my control. meditation, once I learned it was a skill, like doing crunches, you get stronger your brain the more you practice it and lengthen it 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 8 minutes. Now I'm up to 60 minutes, which is like I could walk on water. That's what a miracle it is
Hmm.
that I can meditate for 60 minutes. But it'll just take me on a journey. Like I can really get to a place where it's like, okay, I'm extremely screwed up today, insane, or, and then I'll just see that. Or if I'm spinning on a situation in my life, it needs my attention. That's not always a bad thing if it just sit for a few minutes and I'm just ruminating. Something needs my attention. I think our emotions are truth tellers. So I love it. Do you practice, Cheyenne? Do you do yoga?
No, but I've been learning a lot about it this month. I think every person that I've talked to for the past couple Sunday speaks, they've done yoga. So I don't practice myself, but I've learned a lot about it. By no means am I an expert, but it's interesting, like to learn about the different benefits and ways that people practice and the different beliefs that go along with it.
For sure. And you know what? Some of you're stressed out, your body's tense. So yoga can bring some harmony. You stretch, you release, you shift on a cellular level. So it's amazing. I can't encourage it enough. I think, in some of the support groups that support recovery can help. It's cognitive. Talk therapy is key, right? For sure, for definitely. But, it's like I can say to myself, um, okay, I can intellectually process this. This is not reality or whatever. Or this thought, I can shift it. I can talk about it. I can vent about it. I can rant about it. But my body still feels so uncomfortable and I still have a tremendous amount of anxiety and I can't seem to shift out of this funk. And that's where the yoga piece can help because you get on your mat, you start to work it out, you start to move a muscle, change a thought. We hear that a lot. The breath work, it's amazing. Like after some breath work, 5 minutes of 4 count box breathing to exhale, I'm like a new person.
Well, thank you for sharing with me today, Maria. As always, I learned a lot, and I like learning about the specifics of what this means to you. Because it's different for every person. With that said, we have a little less than a minute left. Do you have any final closing thoughts before we end off?
No, not really. Thank you so much for inviting me to share on this topic. I could totally sit here and talk about this for another 4 hours and share so many different experiences that I've experienced. I'm really excited for Recovery Day. It gives me, it gives me the umph to keep staying on this path because it's not easy. It's not. There's struggles I'll tell you, but this life, clear, present, able to drive the car, able to answer the phone, is so much better than, the alternative. And I'm so excited. I really believe in alumni and recovery. So will I see you on September 9th?
Yes, I'll be there.
Yeah. And if anybody wants to come on retreat, mariasalvatore.com, I offer two and it doesn't even if they don't come with me, I know there's other teachers part of this platform. Just find a yoga teacher, try it, find something new, do something new. And most people won't be disappointed.
I'll put the website in the comments for anyone that's interested. Have a good day, Maria. Thank you.
Thanks, Cheyenne. Enjoy this beautiful day. See you
Bye.
soon. Bye.